All right, so the Giants face the Philadelphia Eagles on Thursday Night Football, and it looks like they're going to be undermanned a bit, especially at the wide receiver position. We're here to talk about the wide receiver depth and what Jackson Dart's going to have to deal with heading into this matchup, man. The Jackson Dart first start against NFC East rival Philadelphia Eagles on Thursday Night Football is not going to be easy. It wasn't lined up to be easy, and especially when you're missing weapons, top weapons for this team. So, with the wide receiver depth that we currently have with our two guys injured, Malik Neighbors, and if you haven't heard, Darius Slayton is going to be inactive for this game on Thursday night. The Giants are rolling out there with Wan'Dale Robinson, Jalen Hyatt, and Bo Collins most likely as their starting wide receivers. This could be a disaster. And when I say a disaster, it's because this is probably the weakest wide receiver room, especially with those two guys out, probably in the NFL. You don't have to look too far. You don't have to go searching. This is probably the worst wide receiver room in the NFL with those two guys out. The depth is insane, but not adding any competition to the room is probably even worse. Not bringing guys from other practice squads. You know, they hosted a couple workouts, but they didn't sign anyone. And throwing your rookie quarterback out there against a Vic Fangio defense, a Super Bowl winning team, this is going to be a tough matchup. Now, I'm not once again, I'm not saying Jackson Dart shouldn't be starting this game because of the matchup. You got to play who you got to play. And you got to play with whoever you got to play with. But I will say, roster management, poor. Granted, Malik Neighbors going down is not on your cards. Especially Darius Slayton going down is not on your cards. But it's crazy with a second-round wide receiver and a third-round wide receiver entering this game on Thursday Night Football, Jalen Hyatt and Wan'Dale Robinson, and we feel this poor about this wide receiver room. It's not a great feeling. This isn't a feeling we should be feeling with the New York Giants heading into Thursday night. Now, Jackson Dart, once again, already has a tall task ahead of him facing that defense, but especially with this wide receiver room, they're bringing up a guy called Lil Jordan Humphrey. He did throw a passing touchdown to him in the Bills preseason game. So they have a little bit of rapport with each other. How many snaps will he get? I'm not too sure, but I'm hoping that we see more snaps out of other guys like a Gunnar Olszewski. Gunnar Olszewski also got some snaps with Jackson Dart in the preseason, meaningful snaps, and he actually had a long reception after he caught the ball. So with that being said, I'm hoping we try to incorporate more guys, and clearly there's not going to be one clear guy that we're going to. Wan'Dale Robinson hasn't been doing too great with Jackson Dart ever since he stepped in these first two games. So with that being said, I'm expecting to see a lot more of our playmakers in the running back room. Tyrone Tracy is going to be cleared to play, and that's going to be what we're going to have to lean on, man. I guarantee the Eagles are probably selling out to stop the run. You got to imagine that's definitely what they're going to try to lean on for the game plan for the Giants, man. Tyrone Tracy and Cam Scadaboo, Lightning and Thunder. We really didn't get to see them both, performing in action yet. So this is going to be intriguing, obviously approach for the New York Giants, and we're going to have to lean on the heavy. Going against his defense is not easy, especially being undermanned. So Jackson Dart for his first rookie start against the Eagles. Tough matchup, but we're expecting nails from the guy. If there's anything that I'm looking at from the last matchup, Jackson Dart does not get all the blame for what happened in this previous game. Now, dropping the ball is inexplicable. Making plays like that is inexplicable, but you got to imagine that Jackson Dart is going to tone down the turnovers a little bit. Those interceptions, I don't really blame on him necessarily either. We got a guy like Bo Collins giving up on a route, a guy that should be fighting for a spot in this team, giving up on a route. There's no excuse for that. So when I think about a couple of interceptions he threw last game, once again, to see the offense score 14 points and then not score a single point after that is abysmal. But I do expect at least a little better of a performance from this offense heading into this matchup. Once again, we're undermanned. The Eagles have a way better roster, yada, yada, yada. Brian Daboll, I have no faith in this man coaching, this team into this matchup. He's clearly going to be outcoached. All that's going to happen. But I'm banking on Jackson Dart to make a couple different plays and obviously hopefully hang in there because the offensive line did their part. Definitely was not the pass rush last week. The Eagles obviously bring a little bit of pressure, and they have a front four that's pretty stout. But Jackson Dart should be, if he's going to be that franchise guy, making some plays with what we have around him. Unfortunately, it's poor product around him, but I'm hoping to see some things out of Jackson Dart. Listen, man, I'm going to be jumping back tomorrow night for the game. I'm thinking about doing a watch party. I'm definitely going to be live prior to the game, so definitely pull up to the live stream. And also, if you want to hang out, Thursday Night Football, man. This is the one Thursday Night Football game the New York Giants have. They have, I believe, one more primetime game besides this one, and that's against the New England Patriots. And so, hey, come out. Come vibe out, man. Listen, even if the Giants don't end up winning this game, we're going to be here vibing talking about the New York Giants, man. We got a game this Thursday. Quick turnaround week. It was a bad loss against the Saints, but let's hope Hey, Saquon Barkley's documentary dropping. Let's not focus on that at all. Let's focus on the game that happens Thursday night. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Let me know down below in the comments what your thoughts are, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow night. Peace.